Good morning. Tuesday, 7:15 a.m. class. This will be a shortened version. Keep in mind we're not in a heated room, so it's going to be a little different on your body. Make any adjustments you need accordingly, particularly maybe shortening up the poses. Don't go so deeply. Let's begin in child's pose. Third eye towards the floor, maybe stacking fists. I'm going to assume none of us has props. That's why I'm not using a yoga mat and no props. So we'll do simpler things that don't require any kind of props, typically. Head to the ground or your fists. Start your ujjayi breathing. Continuing with ujjayi breath, let's take the knees wider and extend the arms long, trying to reach the forehead back down towards the floor. 3 more breaths. Making your way back up, we'll come onto all fours to begin with some cat-cows. Each inhale, expand your chest, open up. Then each exhale, round it out. Tuck the chin, pull the belly in. Inhale, expand. Exhale, round. And one more like that. Coming back to neutral spine, we'll start with some dynamic knee to nose with the right knee. So dynamic is where we tuck the toes under and hover the knees right above the earth. If you don't like it like that, just go back down to the regular knee to nose. Otherwise, hovering the left knee, right knee to nose as you inhale. Exhale, one-legged dog. Inhale, tuck and round, hover the left knee. Exhale, dog. And again, inhale, tuck and round. Exhale, long leg. Keep the leg long and come back down to your left knee, releasing the toes. Finding a nice flat back. Extend left arm. See if you can bend the right knee, reach around. Maybe take hold of the foot. If you're taking hold of the foot, give yourself a nice big kick here to stretch the right quadricep. In addition, your left pectoral. Extend right leg long, pivot to your right, coming up for gate pose. Inhale to lift all the way up. On the exhale, point your right toes open and we'll take a stretch over the right leg. As you come down, you can start to twist a little bit to the left. If this feels good, maybe cup the head, looking underneath your left armpit. Some of you I know will extend the left arm long over the ear and look underneath the left armpit. Both are good. One more breath here. Come on up. Pivot the right toes in. Hands to the hips. Roll the shoulders up and back. Come down to all fours with your leg extended. Cat-cows. Inhale, open up. Exhale, round it out. Inhale, expand. Exhale, contract. One more like that. Inhale, open. Then exhale, round. Coming back to neutral, extend left arm long, and we'll needle underneath, rolling onto the left shoulder. Once you get down there, you can decide to stay as you are, pushing to the pinky side of the right foot, or maybe take the right arm up. If it's easy for you to twist a little more, go ahead. Play with it. Making your way back up to all fours, we'll move into half dog. Keeping the hips high so the hips are right over the knee. Extend your body long. Remember to keep rolling to the pinky side of the right foot, reaching your chin and or chest down towards the floor. Walk yourself back up, pivot to the right so you'll be facing the back of your room. Roll your shoulders up and back and extend over the right leg. Coming back to all fours, squeeze the elbows in, lower chin and chest, scoop through to a mini cobra pose. Roll the shoulders up and back, and then release, downward facing dog. A big breath in and out. And we'll start left side, knee to nose. So we drop down, hovering the right knee, pull the left knee to the nose, and then take it back, one-legged dog. Inhale, knee to nose, right knee hovers. Exhale, dog, and one more. Inhale, knee to nose. Exhale, one-legged dog, big stretch. Keep the leg long as you come back down on the right knee, extending the toes. Try to get the leg parallel to the floor and extend the right arm. Then reach around as if to take the foot, or do take the foot. And if you are, give yourself a nice big kick so the left quad gets a good stretch. Extend left leg long. Walk yourself back to the left. Inhale to lift up. Preparation for gate pose. Once you're up, open up the left toes and start to stretch over the left leg. Again, in this shape, we'll try to take the right hand to the head and cup it, or some of you will extend long all the way down. Think of it as a twist to the right, looking underneath the right armpit. Come on back up. Pivot the toes in. We'll walk down to all fours. Big inhale to expand. Exhale, contract. Rolling the pinky side of the left foot. Inhale. And exhale. One more like that. Come to the neutral spine. Remember, we use the side of the foot as a kickstand to keep us from sliding. Extend your right arm long and roll underneath. So that may be enough right here, just looking underneath the left armpit. If it feels good, maybe you take hold of the foot and then open up some more. Play with it and see where your body wants to go. In these still places, we use the breath to guide us. So each inhale directs you into your knowledge center, telling you what's best, and each exhale you move accordingly. Coming back up, walk yourself back over the left leg, so you should be facing back to the front. Big inhale to lift the chest, and exhale, stretch over the left leg. Come back to all fours. Squeeze your elbows in. We lower chin and chest. Scoop through to a little cobra pose. And then release, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Look forward, bend your knees. Step or hop to the front. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, release. Inhale, standing, arms come with you. Nice big stretch. Pull your belly in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or hop, either straight through to chaturanga or stop along the way. Maybe plank pose, maybe dropping to knees. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing. Right leg to the sky. Pass it between your hands, drop to left knee. Work with breath here. Inhale, we fill up and lift up. Exhale, prayer twist to the right. Squeeze all the air out. Inhale right back to center. Exhale, plank pose. Stay in plank. Maybe drop to knees or lower chaturanga. Inhale for up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing. Left leg lifts. Pass it between your hands. Drop to right knee. Inhale, lift and fill up. Exhale, prayer twist left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, plank pose, knees, or chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. And downward facing. Use these still moments to go back to Ujjayi breathing. Bend your knees, look forward, step or hop it up, come up halfway, exhale, release. Inhale to standing, open up the whole front side, one more, exhale, forward fold. Up halfway, step or hop it back, and stay in plank pose. You can drop to knees or lower chaturanga. Up dog, maybe cobra, downward facing. Starting left side, left leg lifts, pass it between your hands, pivot all the way open to the right, yogic squat. Inhale, expand, exhale, contract. Inhale, open, exhale, close. One more, broad opening, and then close it off. Pivot your toes forward, hands at the hips, roll the shoulders up and back. Exhale, hinge forward. Just half a breath. Come back up halfway. Crawl yourself left. Stretch over left leg. Now to descend, you can take the regular descent or come up for one-legged. Trianga, one-legged up dog, and then one-legged downward facing. Big stretch and replace. Inhale. Exhale. Right leg lifts. Pass it through. Pivot to the left. Yogic squat. Inhale, expand. Exhale, contract. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, broad. And exhale, finish up. Pivot the toes forward, roll the shoulders up and back. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale up, crawl back to the front, stretch over the right leg. Send the right leg back for a one or two-legged descent. Chaturanga or trianga. One or two-legged up dog, one-legged downward facing. And then release. Back to Ujjayi breath. Bend your knees, look forward, step or hop to the front, come up halfway, and then release again. Inhale to standing. All right, hopefully that warmed everybody up. I know it did me. All right, let's begin. Remember, we'll all be at different levels. It's up to you to tap into your knowledge center with every single movement. Make sure that you're living in accordance to what your body says at this very moment. Big inhale to lift up. Stretch to the right. Come back to the left. Back to center. And we'll hold here for a back bend, either leaving arms up or maybe taking hands to the hips to remind you to lengthen the tailbone. Either way, we push the hips forward, the weight's in the heels, we pull the belly in. Arms can be up or down, it's the same idea. Using your Ujjayi breath before making a move to decide to go deeper, stay the same, or back it out. One more. And come on back up. Hands to the hips, we'll separate the feet just a little bit. Roll the shoulders up and back, and then exhale, hinge forward, peace fingers to the big toes. Inhale to come up halfway. Exhale, release forward, elbows out to the side. If your hands don't reach the feet, just stop wherever they do. Come up halfway to lift. Exhale, hinge forward. Let the head be heavy. Shaking it out. Yes, no. Shoulders lifting away from the ears. Lift the kneecaps. Weight is more forward into the toes. Releasing, we come up halfway, step the feet together, then inhale up for chair pose. Pull the belly in. Coming into yogic squat with hands in cactus. Take the right knee up, hover and hold. Inhale, expand. Exhale, contract. Inhale. Exhale, one more. Inhale. Exhale. Coming up to standing, hug the knee into your heart or take peace fingers to the big toes. Stay like this or extend. Let the hand go, point the toe, lift the leg, and release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, stretch left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Come back to center, and again, we'll do back bend. So maybe this time, if your hands were at your hips, you want to try arms up. Either way, weight shifts into the heels. Pelvis comes forward of the knees. Pull the belly in. I know that seems counterintuitive. And then open your heart. Come on back. Hands at the hips. Separate the feet. Roll the shoulders up and back. Strong belly. Exhale, hinge forward. Let's step on the palms. So we'll bend the knees as much as we need to get the toes right up to the wrist crease. And then pull your belly in. Shift the weight into the toes. Let the head be heavy. Using each breath to determine where to go. Take one more. Come up halfway, releasing hands from feet. Step the feet together and lift up, chair pose. Again, once you're up, hands come to cactus position. We stay in our squat. Set a drishti point by looking at something and pull the belly in as you take the left knee up. Squat it down. Inhale, expand. Exhale, contract. Two more. On this last one, we come up to standing, hugging the left knee in, or take peace fingers to the big toe. Stay right here, or extend. We release, point the toe, lift the leg, and let it go. Wide feet, coming down for a little squat. Upavishasana. Pulling the belly in, hanging out. Pushing knees into the arms into the knees. Finding this place. Stay right here. If you're ready to practice Bakasana, start to do it. If you're new to Bakasana, try this. Hands to the floor. Then squeeze your knees into the arms and arms into this knees. This kind of creates a little tug of war. And from here, that may be enough to activate the belly muscles where you can just come forward with that squeezing action and play with lifting one toe, maybe the other toe. If you've been doing Bakasana for a long time, we get the knees up high, hinge forward, working towards taking the heels up to the hips. Maybe even straightening the arms. Wherever you are, step or hop it back, lower chaturanga, inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing. Right leg lifts, stack the hips, bend the knee. From here, just lift up and look over your left shoulder. That may be enough. Maybe you side plank, or maybe you go into a full flipping the dog. Whatever is best for you right now. Come on back. Right leg stays up. We twist underneath. Left arm. Take it back. Knee to nose. And back. Knee to the outside. Hover and hold, or maybe you move into a balancing pose. Take it back. Lift and lengthen. Place the hand, the foot outside the hand, drop to left knee. Big twist open to the right. And as you get into this twist, if you think you're going to want to take hold of the left foot, see if you can roll above the kneecap. Stretching the leg out, bend the knee, maybe take hold of the foot. And if you are, gently start to work it so that the heel is coming towards the hip. Make sure you pay attention to the left shoulder. We want to make sure we're not crunching up into the ear. So push away. One more. And come inside the right leg. Tuck left toes under. And we'll do about 3 or 4 skater's lunges of your choice. You know, high or low, fast or slow. Next time that your right leg is straight, leave it straight. Walk the fingertips next to the foot, high on tented fingertips. So we have right leg straight, right arm straight. Push the left knee and left toe way towards the back corner and twist left. Look over your left shoulder. That may be enough. If you want to take a bind, wrap around as if to take the inner right thigh. And then watch the right shoulder. I find mine tending to go forward. We're going to pull it open. One more breath. Releasing. Lift up for warrior 2. And once you find your footing, make sure the left toes and left knee came in a little bit. Right knee is over the ankle. Sink down. Look over your right fingertips. Reverse warrior. So, if you want to move into a strengthening pose from reverse warrior, we keep the shape, but lift the left arm. So it's your core that's holding the shape. Inhale up, straight legs, and we'll move into triangle pose over the right feet. So reach far forward right, then take your hand down, maybe stop a little short, and stack the left shoulder on top of the right. If this still feels good and you want to go further, go a little further. But always keeping in mind that we want the left shoulder on top of the right. Last breath. Releasing. Pivot your toes forward on the left side. Hip comes with you. We lift up. Virabhadrasana 1. So if you feel you're looking towards the left, pull the right hip crease back. Maybe even step the left foot out a little bit and the toes forward. Find your buoyancy in the hips. Lift the arms up. See if you can pivot the palms towards the back. Pull the belly in. We'll take a revolve warrior. Left arm comes forward, right arm back. And then inhale all the way up, straight legs for revolve triangle. Reach with the left hand. Come inside, on the foot or outside. And think of this as a twist to the right. So now we're stacking right shoulder on top of left. Reaching the right hip crease back. Hand comes to the floor. Keep twisting to your right and let your toes come with you. So you end up in a wide-legged, cross-legged forward fold. Find the place that's good for you. Wiggle the hips around. Typically, if you would push the weight more into the front leg, in this case the right leg, you'll feel it in the outside of the upper right thigh, your IT band. Take one more breath, let the head be heavy. And come up halfway. Create some space by walking your feet back, your hands forward, and we'll come down to cross-legged kneeling. Pull the belly in, release the toes. 3 cat-cows. Inhale to expand. Exhale, contract. Pull the belly in here. 2 more. And last one, open up. Now widen your feet. See if you can come sitting back for a little Gomukhasana with eagle arms. Once you're here, you want to settle in, and you want to settle into a place where the right hip is coming down towards the earth. If you're having trouble with that, just extend the left leg. You'll still get the same benefits, but that right hip will drop right down. So whichever one you choose, they're both good. We take left arm on top of right once or twice. Snuggle the left shoulder down. Just the elbows. Inhale, lift. And exhale, up. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, lower down. And we'll take one more. Take it up. This time as you come down, pull the belly in. Make sure the hips stay on the floor. And exhale, maybe stopping right here, resting on the knees, or coming in front. If you're coming all the way down to the floor, that's great, but you want to be mindful that you're not letting this right hip lift up as you come to the floor. So we have to be conscious of letting go of what we think the pose should look like to maintain integrity in the pose. It's called Vairagya. Relax the shoulders. Releasing to come up. Hinge back a little bit to extend the right leg long for Revolve Janu Shirshasana, Parivrita Janu Shirshasana. Pull the right pinky toes back. Big inhale here. Keeping both hips on the floor. Flip the right palm up and maybe rest right on top of your leg or come inside. If you have a block, by all means use it. Taking your left hand to your hip, look over your left shoulder, and at the same time remind yourself of keeping the left hip on the floor. Again, right pinky toes pull back, right kneecap lifts. Perfect place to stay. If you're moving on, you go a little deeper. Maybe you go to cupping the head, or maybe you extend over the left ear, but not at the risk of dropping the left shoulder down. You want to keep the left shoulder open, keep the left hip down. Wherever you are, draw your breath in and out. And then release, coming into the regular, traditional Janu Shirshasana. You draw your left knee in a little bit, lift up, look over the right side of your leg, and exhale, hinge forward over the right leg. Turn a little bit so you can see. In these still places, use the Ujjayi breath to decide where to go. So we inhale right here. What does the knowledge center tell you? If it says go ahead, then move forward. If it says back it out, back out, or maybe stay the same. Come on back up. We'll swing the right leg around so we're facing front again. And as we do this, again, be mindful. We want the right hip to come to the floor. If it's not happening, go back to extending the left leg. Inhale to lift your spine. Exhale, twisting to the right. Look over the right side. Nice big breaths here, making sure that you're broad in the chest, pulling the belly in. Coming back to center, extend the legs long. Pull both pinky toes back to the corresponding hips. Roll your shoulders up, belly strong. Exhale, peace fingers towards the big toes. If they don't touch, stop along the way anywhere. Wherever you are, inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. If this is easy for you and your elbows are bent, lift up so it's not a passive pose. And then exhale, forward fold. All right, moving into the front side stretch. We'll move into Purvattanasana, and if Purvattanasana is not for you, simply bend your knees in preparation for reverse table. Either way, the fingertips are looking forward behind you. This is reverse table, just lift it up. And Purvattanasana, we extend the legs long, point the toes, so that as we lift the hips up, the big toe mound starts to come towards the floor. Pay attention to shoulders here. And lower back down. From here, if your body lets you, we'll move to the inverted leg on the left leg. If that's not happening, if you have a blanket or a bolster or something you can put underneath your hips, fine. If you don't, then simply come back and repeat this shape. Pulling the right toes in, making sure to push into the pinky side on the left foot, and then hug the ankle in. Big inhale here, and then exhale, hinge forward. As you make your way up, we'll do the same pose in this upright position, but feel free to just bend the knee like this. There's a couple things that go on here. One is that this hip wants to lift. If that's happening and you can keep working the hip down, keep working it down by hugging the ankle in and rolling to the pinky side of that foot. If not, just come out of that shape. The other thing that happens is, because we want this leg to be straight so badly, we roll onto the lower back and it looks like this. So again, think of Viraga, letting go of the shape you think it should look like, and come into the integrity of the pose by taking the correct posture, which is a flatter back. The pelvis is rolling forward, we're on the sitting bones, not the sacrum. So this is way better than this. All right, maybe something in between. Working with your body at this given moment. To release the pose, we'll try to place the right heel on top of the left thigh. If that's not happening, you can simply come inside the left leg like this. We'll take a twist to the right. We'll draw the right hand behind us as if to rest on the sacrum or to actually take the foot. Whichever one you're doing is fine. We take our left hand to the right knee and twist open, looking towards the right shoulder. If you'd like to add the wrist stretch on the left hand, invert the hand, place it underneath the knee, and roll onto the flat palm. Now, if you happen to have these hyperextending arms that I have, you're not going to feel the wrist stretch. So you need to put a little micro bend into the elbow. Pulling one more breath here, looking over the right side. Great. And let's release. Taking the right leg down, hinge to your right, and let the left leg come to a 90-degree angle at the shin to the thigh. Same thing on the right side. Once again, we twist open to the right. At this point, the left hip will come up, and that's fine. Maybe come down to your Sphinx arms and just hang out right here. Drawing the left shoulder towards parallel to the floor. If you want to move into the needle twist, we take the left arm, needle it underneath, rolling onto the left shoulder. Come on back up. Almost forgot it's a power class and we haven't done many power things, so let's go into boat pose. First we lift up, finding the best place for your back. Sitting with the discomfort that may be associated with boat pose, not letting your smaller self tell you that this is the way your life's going to be forever. Come down, lift up a little bit, lower back down. And we'll take a slightly lower boat pose. I know this quarantine isn't going to last forever. We'll all be running free soon. Come on back up, lift up, stretching the front side. And let's take pure abdominal boat pose, where we lower all the way down, just lifting the shoulders and the heels. Takes the hip flexors out of it. All right, scoop it up, come on up, step or hop it back, lowering all the way to your belly. Roll the shoulders up and back, walk your hands back a little bit and lift up high to stretch the front side. Open up, look up, tuck the toes, lift up, downward facing dog. All right, we start left side, left leg lifts. Stack the hips, bend the knee, lift up, look over your right shoulder if all that's good. Maybe you side plank, or maybe you flip. Come on back, left leg lifts, twist underneath to the right armpit, and back. Knee comes forward to nose, and back. Knee to the outside of the left arm, hover there. Or take a little balancing pose. Come on back. Left leg lifts, pass it to the outside. Drop down the right knee. All right, so right away, we want to look at the placement of the knee. If we're super square like this, it's going to be a little challenging to find that stretch. If you can walk the right leg back and then roll up as if you were coming right above the knee, that's going to help if you want to take that back foot bend. So we twist open to the left, watching the shoulder, it's not dropping into the ear. And if all feels good, bend the knee. Reaching the heel towards the hip. And we come back inside, tuck right toes under, lift up for your skater's lunges. Maybe you go fast, maybe you go slow. Arms or no arms. Next time the left leg comes to straight, we'll stop there. Matching the left arm, come up high on tented fingertips. Take the right knee and toe and face them towards the back corner. Then pull the right shoulder open. And maybe you just stay right here. Maybe you take a little bind. Reaching into the inner left thigh. Twist open, watch that left shoulder, wants to drop in, pull it back. Beautiful inner thigh stretch. Release, coming into warrior two. Make sure your right toes and knee pivot a little bit forward and come on up. Sink deeply into the hips, shoulders right over the hips. Look over your left fingertips. Pull the belly in. Reverse warrior. And again, if you want that strengthening pose from reverse warrior, so typically here, my right hand is keeping the shape, but if I release the right arm, I have to activate lots of core to hold myself. Come up for straight legs, straight arms. Preparation for triangle. We reach forward, come down about halfway first. We want to come into a place where we're stacking right shoulder on top of left. Now, if you can keep that, go as deeply as you like. Looking up to the right fingertips. Pulling the belly in. Let's take one more breath. All right, come here. Hands to hips. We'll pivot both toes parallel. Roll the shoulders up and back. Nice strong belly. Exhale, hinge forward. We'll take peace fingers to the big toes. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, hinge forward. Let the head be heavy here. Elbows out. Stacking hips right over the heels. Letting the crown of the head come towards the floor. Lift the kneecaps. Shake it out. Yes and no. Come back up. Crawl yourself around. Lift up. Revolve triangle. We take the left hand to the hip. Right arm lifts. Extend long. You can go inside. You can go on top, maybe at the shin, or outside. But think of it as a twist to the left, stacking left shoulder on top of right. Left hip is working back. All right, left hand to floor. Walk yourself all the way to the left, taking your toes with you. Now just find that place that feels good here. Let the head be heavy. If you want that IT stretch on the left leg, that's your front leg, then shift a lot of weight into the left toes. And one more breath. Come up just enough so that you can walk your hands away, your feet back, keeping your crossed legs. Come down to all fours. Cat-cow. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Come to neutral. Widen the feet. We find a way to sit down. That may mean coming out of the pose. But we end up with left leg on top. And again, be mindful because it's quite possible that the left hip doesn't want to come down. And if that's the case, just try extending the right leg and see if that helps to drop the left hip down. You still get all the benefit of the pose. Whichever one you're in, right arm on top of left, once or maybe twice. I'll snuggle that right shoulder down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. And exhale, down. And one more, up. Pulling your belly in nice and strong. We start to hinge forward, making sure both sit bones stay on the floor. You may rest right here. Maybe just drop it down. Maybe touching the knees or coming in front. But be mindful if you're coming in front. If you give up the integrity of the pose by letting the left hip come up, you're doing no good. Take one more breath. Releasing as we come up. Hinge back a little bit. Let the left leg be long. Pull left pinky toes back, body Vrita Janu Shirshasana. Taking the left arm either on top of or inside the left leg. Now be mindful if this starts to happen where the hip comes up, back out a little bit and just rest on the top. I want to think of this as a twist to the right, looking over the right shoulder, maybe just stay right here. If you're moving on, right arm can cup the head or come over. We look underneath the right armpit. So my flexi people, you're going to think of dropping the left shoulder inside and looking underneath the right armpit, but push the right hip down. Really nice big stretch in the back side. Walk yourself back up. You'll be mostly facing the back of your mat as we square the hips so the right knee comes in a little bit. Left toes pull back. Big inhale here. Look over the left side of your leg and then exhale, hinge forward. Go into the place that works best for you. Inhale. Exhale. Making your way back up, we'll face back to the front by swinging the left leg around. And oh look, my left hip wants to come up. So if it doesn't go down in a safe way, I'm going to extend the right leg and take half a twist. Otherwise, the full half twist. Pull the belly in, lift the spine, start to look over your left side. Using each breath to help you determine where you're going to go. This is where we learn viveka, which means keen discernment. Are you backing out because your body told you to? Are you going deeper because your body told you to? Or are you doing things for other reasons that don't align with truth? All right, come on back. Okay, from here, let's go ahead and extend both legs long. Pull the belly in. Exhale, hinge forward, peace mirrors to the toes again. Inhale, come up halfway. Decide if you want reverse or purva. Come back down, lift up, boat pose. We'll do that 2 more times. Lower down. Inhale, lift, pull pinky toes back. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, come back up. Purva or reverse table. Back down, boat pose. 1 more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, lift back up. Point the toes. Purvattanasana. Lower back down, boat pose. Take it up and hold. As you come back down, we'll fold the right leg in. So from here, maybe this side goes easily, maybe you have to do something else. Maybe you have to come into the Janu Shirshasana. All right, wherever you are, if you're moving into the inverted leg, we want to make sure to push down into the pinky side of the toe. Hug the ankle in towards the hip so you get a sense of evenness here. Again, just to go over the idea of the integrity of the pose, there'll be some rounding, but if you round down to your sacrum to get this shape, that's not doing your body any good. It would be better to give up some of the shape so that you can hinge forward into your pelvis. So let the pelvis tilt forward. So we're staying right on the sitting bones. And then play with lifting. Go very slowly. We just take each breath and a little tiny bit of movement. Lift the kneecap if your leg is straight. Pull the belly in. All right. We'll release by allowing the left heel to come on top of the right thigh. If that's not happening, you'll just drop the foot inside. Now again, we'll take the left hand behind us to the sacrum and broaden in the chest. If you're taking the foot, you gotta reach pretty far over to get that foot. Don't let the hip lift too much if you're taking that. So it comes up a little bit as we twist to the left, that's okay. And stay right here, look over the left shoulder. Make sure you're hugging in here and make sure the pinky toe is pushing into the earth. If you want to add the wrist stretch, invert the hand. We slip the hand underneath and start to reach the palm towards the floor. Now watch that hyperextension. You'll have to bend the elbow a little bit and then twist. Coming out of the pose, we release the hand, release the foot. We're looking for this right angle on both legs. Big twist to the left. And then walk your hands to Sphinx arms. That's perfect. And stay right there. Or if you want to twist, needle the left arm under and open up. And I got that backwards. I wonder why it felt so easy. Needle the right arm under and still opening. Come on back up. Let's go back. Lying on the belly. I'm going to go to an angle so you can see it. We'll come into Sphinx pose first. So when you come into Sphinx pose, you want to push into your forearms and feel as if you're pulling your chest through your triceps. Now pay attention to the lower back. If you feel any kind of tightness or discomfort there, You'll have to back it out a little bit. You can try doing this. You can try tucking the toes under. Lift the hips up, lengthen the tailbone here, then lower back down. So there'll be a little bit less of an arch in your back. Actually, it feels really good to do that. Drop the chin down. Push the earth away. Lift up, drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Roll it down. Left ear, left shoulder. Roll it back halfway. Come up. We'll bend the right knee. Cross the left arm in front a little bit. Now pay attention to the saggy shoulder. We don't want that. We want to practice pushing away. And then take the right leg into frog. Now you might just stop right here. Maybe you're coming to your heel to hip. Maybe coming to the outside. If you're interested in the frog grip, turn your thumb to come on top of the big toe and then gently press down. Make sure to not sag in the shoulder, so lift up and release. We'll take the other side. We cross the right arm in front, bending the left knee, making sure to check for saggy shoulder. Lift up, pushing into your arm, gently push the foot down. So on this side, take the thumb on top of the big toe and push down. Come back to center and we'll try full frog. You lay the belly down, take both feet, push down. So remember, it's not Dhanurasana. We want to push down into the feet and lift up in the chest. Push down and lift. One more. Release. Makarasana. We point the toes out like a ballet position, number 1 or 2. Cross the hands, creating a pillow to push the third eye into. So the forehead's resting, chest is lifted, belly's pushing down into the earth. Come back, we'll take a little cobra pose. Hands are right underneath the shoulders. Roll the shoulders up and back. Push your toenails into the floor. So we'll do cobra test first. We come up just enough to where we know we can keep the height, but take the hands off the floor. Toenails are still touching. Lift the chest. Now add the arm strength. Push down and lift up, still using your back muscles. Come back down, Makarasana. Point the toes out. Make the pillow, rest the forehead, belly pushing into the earth, relax the shoulders, breathe. All right, come on up. We'll take Dhanurasana, making sure the knees don't go further than the hips distance. Reach around, taking ankle or insteps. Roll the shoulders up and back, pull the belly in and lift up. Finding breath soft. And lower down, no break here. Crossing the left hand in front, we'll go ahead and push down into the right leg again. Now keep the right leg pushing down as you drop the belly and take the left leg into bow pose. Kick up on the left side, push down on the right side. Up left, down right. One more. Come back, no break. We cross the right arm, bend the left knee, push down on the left side, drop the belly. Push up on the right side, down on the left, up right, down left. One more. And release. Makarasana. Toes point out, belly's touching the floor, chest is lifted. Catch your breath. Releasing, send the left leg up for a little mini frog pose. Release that, we'll send the right leg up. roll onto your back, finding happy baby. And choosing your shape for Shavasana, I'm going to take myself to the wall or to this dresser, placing my hips close to it, rolling around, letting my legs rest, and I'll hang out in Shavasana here. Namaste.